Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dr. Umi Hamidatun Muhammad Sofianli. So today I would like to discuss about chapter 13 related to human resource management. Before we go further, let's look at our learning outcome for this chapter. Explain the critical importance of HRM function to organization. Explain the roles of HR manager. Discuss the reliability in different selection technique. Discuss the importance of orientation, what kinds of training program that can be applied, and how performance appraisal in developments of the employee, discuss the roles of remuneration in employee motivation and how it lead to the levels of employee performance, discuss the roles of trade union, collective bargaining process, settling workers' management disputes, and others. So what are the importance of HRM? HRM are the key function where policy are designed to organize work and maximize employee performance to achieve strategic business objective. So we need to know different organization will have different business objective. Some business and also organization want to achieve high productivity, cost effectiveness, and some of them try to achieve the high levels of profit. Firm which align with their HRM practice with their business strategy will achieve superior outcome. So effective HRM practice will be able to extract positive work behavior among employees that this will lead to organization innovation. Levels of motivation is actually very important because it able to enhance resulting in better retentions of quality performance within the organization. So when we are discussing about the importance of HRM, normally it lead to the implementations of the good HR policy. So now what is HR policy and how it can be practiced within the organization? HR policy refer to appropriate design policy that have attraction and also able to retain high performing employees in organization. HR policy able to create organization climate within the workforce, highly motivated and committed to achieve business objective, for example, able to respond to any kinds of changes and also increasing competitiveness global marketplace. Identify acceptable, unacceptable organizational behavior. For example, levels of work performance, consumptions of alcohol and smoking at work by the employee, and also related to the healthy and safety practice in organization and regulate management decision making. HR policy also reflects social and legal influence when we want to see the equal employment opportunity within organization, lead to affirmative action and also remuneration. Codify organizational position on employee, for example, what types of uniform, what kinds of customer practice that have been applied, and also HR policy formulate strongly influenced by the external factor of forces. For example, government policy, industry, union policy, and also collective agreements. That this element can be as the external factor toward the implementation and formulations of the HR policy by the organization. So this is one of the case that you can see in your textbook. So throughout the case, they have few biggest challenge confronting contemporary organization that have been identified, which related to leadership and development, which is 86%, retention and engagement 79%, reskilling and human resource functions, which shows 77%. Now we move to the high performance work system. So first relate to the quality of work life program in the organization, enhance the skill, knowledge and abilities, employee suggestion and involvement in program. This is very important, and also promoting the team-based work among the employee and also provide the competitive remuneration for the employee. For example, includes of the salary, bonus, extra voucher, benefit which is applied and suitable to influence and to encourage the high performance working system. Okay, so sustained shift in the work environment has led to changes in the workplace. So what are the changes? So more skilled workers, more female workers, flexibility in job design, and ability to use the ICT. Increase the use of technology in the workplace, especially focus on knowledge-based job. Work need to be performed in formal working environments, and also try to break the distant workers from the standard 9 to 5 workplace, and etc. Okay, so what are the roles of HR manager? HR M should select four key areas of activity, whether they are become the strategic partner, change agent, administrative expert, employee champion. When able to execute it well, it will support HR functions and ability to deliver whatever the challenge that may come along within the journeys of HRM. So must be able to execute this four role essentially to complement rather than to be involved in the conflict. So this is the Ulrich rules of the HR manager related to the functions of HR manager. So they have stated about the strategic partner, change agent, administration expert, and also employee champion throughout the process, and what are the strategic focus in future, and how it related to day-to-day operational focus, and also in dealing with the people. Okay, so what are the external factors that may affect the HRM function? So there have few factors that we can discuss on. So among the factor are legal environment, principal law of employment, affirmative actions and diversity, and the last one will become discrimination. So we move to the HRM process. They have few process and flow of the process of HRM. So it started with human resource planning and then referred to recruitment. If failed to do so, they will lead to de-recruitment. And from recruitment, it will go for selection. So selection is the process where the organization will identify and select competent employee that will get in the organization as the employee, and then from that it will lead to orientation and also training. So training will be provided by the organization. So normally training provide employee with up to date skills and knowledge related, and also lead to the performance management, and from that it will get a lead to the conversations and benefit, and lead to the career development. So from the career development, it related to retain competence and high performing employee in organization. Okay, so next, attracting human resources. Okay, first, when you see the flow, it also the first phase are related to HR planning. So what is HR planning? HR planning refer to strategic long-term approach to a comprehensive staffing. All HR activity from recruitment through training, development, career management, separations of employee by retirements, this is actually under HR planning. So adequate supply to the right numbers and the right types of the employee with the appropriate knowledge, skill, abilities, the right price is very crucial to ensure the organization's success. So the key problems of human resource planning is actually to develop accurate forecasts in future towards a very dynamic and uncertainty issues related. So this is among the attractings of human resource related to recruitment. What is the recruitment? Recruitment is the process of seeking, attracting a pool of qualified applicants from which candidate for job vacancy can be selected. Uh, then everybody can try to apply, and recruitment is the process of seeking and attracting pools of people. Internal recruitment, and also they have external job market. So among the examples of internal recruitment method, job posting via staff notice, newsletter, and bulletin board. External job market, blog, webcast, social networking, media, Facebook, Twitter. We also have Instagram, and then although external requirements become a tools, also reach out by the internal applicants. So you have a choice whether it can be through the recruitment internal or external recruitment method. So this is among the internal and also external recruitment advantage and disadvantage. You may refer to your textbooks for detail. So next, we move to the levels of selection in the HRM process. Process of choosing the right person for the job from a groups of applicants. So the main goals of selection to make accurate predictions about people. So selection methods must be both valid and reliable. So valid why? How accurate the selection method as the predictions of the job performance. Reliable on how consistent the results are when repeated the similar situation. So they have few methods that must be consistent over time, consistent between the selector and consistent between the items, whether you want to distribute with the questions and evaluate the same criteria to choose the right person from a groups of applicants. So they have few selection technique to assess job applicants include interview through biodata or application form, assessment center, personality tests, work samples, and also throughout the reference checking. Okay, now we focus on the methods of selection to the interview. So interview refer to a conversations with a purpose between an interviewer and also job applicants. So what are the purpose of interview? To collect information in order to predict how well the applicants how will be performed in the job for which they are applied, to provide candidate with full details of the job and organization description, to conduct the interview in such manner that candidate feel that they have been given a fair of hearing, and also most popular selection methods in organization is actually referred to the interview. So some problem associated with the interview methods, interviewer doing too much talking during the session, too many closed questions used within the interview. Interviewers prefer candidate most like themselves, similar to them. Inconsistency with this question used with applicant, different types information gathered from each applicant because of this inconsistency of question. Inability to put interviewee at the ease during interview, influenced by the non-verbal behavior of applicants, halo effect, and some of the applicants become very overconfident. So human resource development refer to training and development, reflect the career planning and also performance appraisal. So need driven by changes in environment, so can be classified as business and economic change. For example, throughout the implementations of the new policy, technological change, organization change, social, legals, and other changes that need as a driven by the changes within the environments and lead to the human resource development. So this is the list of human resource development essential for manager, so that manager able to manage organizational resources and achieve the strategic business objective. So it can be achieved through formal educations or varied work experience, sponsor manager to attend any kinds of related program like MBA, and provide tuition reimbursement to encourage their human resource development. So they also have other alternative approach, use varied work experience, provide a range of different tasks. This is among the approach that become one of the strategic planning to ensure the manager are able to achieve the business objective. So it can be focus on training. So what are the purpose of training? Teach organizational member on how to perform current job if they are not good enough. So assist employee to acquire certain skill to perform effectively. Provide opportunity for employee to build their own skill and knowledge. Prepare them for new job opportunities within the company, give them the opportunity to choose, give them to explore. So give employee a better chance to retaining employees, for example like involved in investment for employee and also employer. So they have three general categories of training format: on the job training, on site but not on the job training and also off the job training. So this is among the options of training that can be conducted for the benefits of employee and also the employer. So orientations or induction, systematic introductions of the new employee to their job, co-workers, to the organization, and also its culture. Need to accelerate new employee integration, make them operationally competent, and also they have elements of career developments, ever changing on working environments. So employees are very vulnerable to career disruptions or stagnation. So career planning is very critical to enhance the career development. So job security center not having a job but on being employable, employee must continue to develop their own skill, possess their own competence to ensure they are able to fulfill the needs of the market. So throughout the HRM process, we also focus on performance appraisal. So performance appraisals is referred to systematic process for improving organization performance by developing the performance of individuals or can be measured through teams. So it also related to holistic process to ensure the following are developed and effectively carried out. So setting of corporate, department, team, and individual objective, performance appraisal system. It also involves reward strategy and also scheme, training and development strategy and plan, giving feedback, communication, and also coaching, individual career planning, and also become as a one mechanism for monitoring the effectiveness of performance and also the elements of intervention. Then performance appraisal can be performed by self, by the superior, or by variety of people. Self-appraisal supplement that performed by the manager. Peer appraisal usually carried out in team setting. It involves co-workers provide appraisal feedback for the others. Multi-person evaluation or 360-degree methods. This is feedback that form a variety of people able to evaluate the manager. So that's why we call it 360-degree. So it include peers, customer, superior, and self, more tedious compared to the others variety option. Employee and manager derive great benefit from it because they will get feedback from the various parts of organization. So 360 is one of the best option to be conducted if we are actually looking for the best system to measure the performance appraisal. So remunerations and also motivation, it will increase the levels of employee motivation, central concern for the manager looking for way to gain what are the added values from their employee, encourage employee to increase effort to be more productive with the very good remuneration, and also become the things that need or can be used to increase employee effort and output toward achieve what are the strategic business objective that have been given to them. So good remuneration will lead to high levels of motivation. So this is among the examples of remunerations on reward, financial or non-financial. So you can see that is among the list of example. For the financial, they have direct, indirect benefits. Non-financial is focused on job and also focus on environment. So different individual as an employee, they have their own option, which reward that they are prefer to, whether financial or non-financial. So this is the objective of remuneration program for the organization purpose and for the employee purpose. So this one you may refer to your textbook for details. Then we move to the pay system. There are more than one or three more commonly used pay system. So we have seniority base pay, base pay. So pay increase are based on the employee length of time on the job, notions of employee loyalty to the organization, experience they gain from the job. So on the other hand, skill base base pay compensate employee based on job related skill, competency, their knowledge that they are possessed. So what are the purpose of skill based pay? Purpose motivate employee to gain additional skill, competency, knowledge to increase their own personal satisfactions and how valuable they are to the organization. And then performance related pay or performance based pay. What are the objective of this pay system? Develop a productive, efficient, effective organization that enhance employee motivation and performance. So what are the major aim? To attain strategic goals, reinforce organization norm, motivate the higher performance among the employee, and also recognize differences contribution among the employee. So, individual with the increasing in salary is solely or mainly dependent on his or her appraisal or merit rating that have been applied by the organization. So, what are the link between performance and also the pay? PRP can provide a source of motivation to the organization workforce. However, there have few difficulties linking the performance to pay. For example, employee may concentrate on their effort towards the achievements of performance objective, and in some cases, they will neglect their other elements of their job. And then individualistic nature of PRP system, so they will undermines the team working ethos and flexibility often desired within the organization. And also some will lead to demotivation if the reward perceived are too low to be accepted. So this is performance model. Key ingredients for effective performance: ability, motivations, and opportunity, or AMO. Adequate motivation, the desire and willingness for a person to expend effort to reach a particular goals and outcome. So having motivated employee will lead to different kinds of outcomes. For example, produce high quality product, deliver very good services towards the uh, a customer or consumer. And how to manage labor relation, employee and their trade union known as association, and also include the government and industrial court tripartite relation. So this is the way how to manage the labor relation when we are discussing about the HRM practice. Trade union, a formal organization that represent workers in a trade, occupation, industry, and also enterprise. So they are seek to protect workers' interests throughout collective bargaining. And union classified in Malaysia, it consists of private sector employee union, public sector employee union. They have specific statutory body and local authorities and employers union. So it can be either national or in-house enterprise union. So they also have the main services provided for the members who become as the trade union members. So they involve in negotiation and representation, protect improvements of pay and conditions of services is happen, offering legal representations if member have problem at work, considered and deciding upon strike, lockout, similar industrial action affecting the member if it happened, protecting employee basic right, offering advice, providing advice and also training for the laid off workers, and promoting social and educational workers for those who need it. So trade union also related to collective bargaining. So what is the collective bargaining? Process of negotiation with intended conclusions of the collective agreement. It will take place between a single employer or a group of employers and also a trade union. So they have verses among them. Binding on the parties on workers who are employed or subsequently employed in the establishment to which the agreements related, regardless of whether they are members of the unions or not. So this is among the approach to dispute resolution, whether it can be unilateral process, joint process, or third party process. So I think that is the end of our discussion related to chapter 13, human resource management. That's all. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.